Over the past few years, more than 40% of rural Canadian towns have faced population decline, and some are now offering land for prices so low, it sounds almost fake. In certain communities, residential lots have been listed for under $10,000, and in rare cases, incentives make it feel like they're practically giving it away. Sounds unbelievable, right? But it's happening right now in 2026. Small towns across Canada are fighting to survive, and they're inviting new residents with open arms, tax breaks, business grants, and incredibly cheap land. But here's the real question: why would an entire town make land that affordable? Is it a hidden opportunity or something nobody's talking about? Behind those low prices are big economic shifts, changing job markets, and a new wave of remote workers reshaping where people choose to live. Some of these places are quietly becoming the best kept secrets in Canada. So today, we're counting down 10 Canadian towns practically giving away land right now. And by the end of this video, you might seriously consider packing your bags. If one of these towns surprises you, drop its name in the comments. I read every single one. And if you appreciate the effort behind these deep dive videos, hit subscribe. It's just one click, but it helps us bring you even more hidden opportunities like this. Number 10, Moose Jaw. Sitting quietly in the heart of the prairies, Moose Jaw might not be the first place that comes to mind when you think of opportunity. But that's exactly why it deserves attention. With a population of just over 30,000, this town has been actively working to attract new residents, entrepreneurs, and families looking for a fresh start. Over the past few years, housing prices here have remained significantly lower than the national average, and in some new developments, residential lots are priced far below what you'd pay in major cities. While it's not literally free land, the affordability combined with local incentives makes it feel surprisingly close. Wide open skies, peaceful streets, and a slower pace of life create a setting that many people are now craving after years of big city pressure. What makes Moose Jaw especially interesting is its push toward economic growth. The city has offered business support programs, tax incentives for development, and investment-friendly policies aimed at revitalizing the local economy. If you're someone who works remotely, runs an online business, or has experience in trades or small retail, this could be a serious opportunity. The cost of living is lower, commercial spaces are more affordable, and competition is far less intense than in larger urban centers. Imagine owning a detached home with a backyard for the price of a small condo elsewhere. Imagine shorter commutes, less traffic, and a community where neighbors actually know your name. If you've ever thought about building something from the ground up, whether that's a home, a business, or a new chapter in life, Moose Jaw might be one of Canada's most underrated starting points. Number 9, Estevan. If you're looking for a town where opportunity meets affordability, Estevan deserves your attention. Located in the southeastern Saskatchewan near the US border, this small but economically active community has long been known for its strong energy sector. But here's what many people don't realize. As the town works to diversify its economy, it has made residential development extremely attractive. Vacant lots in certain subdivisions have been offered at prices far below what you'd see in major cities. And in some cases, incentives reduce upfront costs even further. Compared to skyrocketing urban real estate markets, buying land here can feel almost unreal. What makes Estevan especially appealing is its practical, working-class foundation. This is a town built on trades, energy, and entrepreneurship. If you're a contractor, mechanic, small business owner, or someone with experience in skilled labor, the demand can work in your favor. The cost of building a home is significantly lower due to cheaper land and more accessible permits. And because competition isn't saturated, starting a local service-based business can be far less risky than in larger cities. For remote workers, the quiet environment and lower expenses mean more savings and less financial pressure each month. Picture this: a newly built home on your own piece of land, wide prairie views stretching beyond your backyard, and mortgage payments that don't dominate your life. Estevan isn't flashy, and it doesn't try to be. But sometimes the smartest moves aren't loud, they're strategic. And for the right person, this town could represent not just affordable land, but a serious long-term opportunity. Number 8, Brandon. At first glance, Brandon might look like just another small prairie city. But dig a little deeper, and you'll see why it's quietly becoming one of Manitoba's smartest relocation choices. As the province's second largest city, Brandon offers something rare: the amenities of an urban center without the overwhelming price tag. Home prices here remain far below the national average, and new residential developments have kept lot prices within reach for middle-income families. While it's not free land in the literal sense, when you compare costs to cities like Toronto or Vancouver, the difference feels dramatic. Sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars less for a similar size property. What makes Brandon stand out is stability. The city has a diversified economy built around agriculture, education, healthcare, and manufacturing. That means it's not dependent on just one industry. For families, this translates into steady job opportunities, reputable schools, and access to healthcare services, all within a manageable commute time. For immigrants and as skilled workers, regional programs and employer demand have also made Brandon an attractive landing spot. Lower land costs combined with consistent employment opportunities create a balanced environment that many smaller towns struggle to maintain. Imagine living in a place where you can afford a full home with a yard, where traffic jams are rare, and where your cost of living allows you to actually save money each month. Brandon may not grab headlines, but it offers something far more valuable: realistic affordability paired with real opportunity. And sometimes, that combination is exactly what makes a town worth serious consideration. Number 7. Prince Albert. Known as the Gateway to the North, Prince Albert offers something many Canadians are starting to crave: space, affordability, and access to nature without completely disconnecting from city life. With home prices significantly below the national average and available residential lots priced far lower than major metropolitan areas, this city has positioned itself as an affordable alternative for families and first-time buyers. While it's not handing out land for free, the combination of low property costs and regional development efforts makes it one of the more realistic entry points into homeownership in 2026. What makes Prince Albert unique is its balance between urban convenience and wilderness access. The city serves as a hub for northern Saskatchewan, supporting industries like forestry, healthcare, to education and retail. That means employment options exist beyond a single sector. For outdoor lovers, this location is especially appealing. Lakes, forests, and provincial parks are just minutes away. Imagine finishing work and heading straight into nature for hiking, fishing, or snowmobiling. For remote workers, the slower pace and lower living expenses can dramatically reduce monthly stress while still maintaining reliable infrastructure. Picture building a home where your backyard feels bigger, your neighbors aren't stacked on top of you, and your mortgage doesn't control your life. Prince Albert may not be the loudest opportunity on this list, but for those who value affordability, natural beauty, and steady growth, it could be one of the smartest long-term decisions you make. Number 6, Sault. If you want waterfront views without $1 million price tag, Sault Ste. Marie might surprise you. Located along the St. Mary's River on the US border, this northern Ontario city has long been known for its steel industry. But today, it's quietly reinventing itself. Housing prices here remain well below Ontario's big city averages, and vacant land in certain neighborhoods is still within reach for middle-income buyers. While it's not officially giving land away, the affordability compared to cities like Toronto makes it feel like a massive bargain. For many families priced out of southern Ontario, this is one of the few realistic ownership opportunities left in the province. What makes Sault Ste. Marie stand out is its shift toward diversification. Beyond traditional manufacturing, the city has been investing in technology, renewable energy, and small business development. That means new career paths are slowly emerging. For entrepreneurs, commercial spaces are far more affordable than in larger urban centers, and local programs often encourage redevelopment. For remote workers, the combination of lower housing costs and reliable infrastructure creates a practical balance. You can work online while living near lakes, forests, and the year-round outdoor recreation. Imagine waking up to crisp northern air, having access to waterfront trails, and owning a home without stretching your finances to the limit. Sault Ste. Marie offers something rare in Ontario right now: breathing room. And for anyone looking to build a stable, affordable life in 2026, that breathing room could be the real opportunity. Number 5, Timmins. If there's one town that proves affordability still exists in Ontario, it's Timmins. Known for its strong mining roots, this northern city has built its economy around natural resources. But what makes it stand out today is how accessible property remains. Compared to southern Ontario's sky-high housing market, land and homes in Timmins are dramatically cheaper. In some neighborhoods, you can still find detached houses priced lower than a small condo in larger cities. That price gap alone is enough to make many buyers pause and rethink where they want to build their future. Beyond mining, Timmins has been working to diversify its local economy with healthcare, education, and service industries playing a growing role. The city serves as a regional hub for surrounding communities, which helps maintain steady demand for workers and small businesses. For tradespeople, contractors, or anyone with experience in resource-related industries, the opportunities can be strong. And for remote workers, lower housing costs mean you can dramatically reduce monthly expenses while maintaining stable internet and essential services. Less financial pressure often translates into more freedom. Freedom to invest, start a business, or simply live more comfortably. Picture owning a spacious home with a driveway, a yard, and room to grow, without signing up for decades of overwhelming debt. Timmins isn't flashy, and it doesn't market itself as a luxury destination. But sometimes, the smartest investments are found in places others overlook. And in 2026, that overlooked opportunity might just be Timmins. Number 4. Elliot Lake. Once known as a booming uranium mining town, Elliot Lake has completely reinvented itself. And that transformation is exactly what makes it so interesting today. After the mining industry declined, property values dropped significantly, creating one of the most affordable housing markets in Ontario. Even in 2026, homes here can cost a fraction of what you'd pay in southern cities. While the town isn't officially giving away land, the pricing feels shockingly low when compared to the rest of the province. For buyers who felt locked out of Ontario's housing market, Elliot Lake has become a second chance. What makes Elliot Lake stand out now is its growing reputation as a retirement and remote work destination. Surrounded by forests and lakes, the town offers a peaceful environment with essential services already in place. Healthcare facilities, grocery stores, schools, and recreation centers are all accessible without big city congestion. For retirees, that means stretching savings further. For remote workers, it means owning property without sacrificing quality of life. Lower monthly expenses can free up income for travel, investments, or even launching a small side business. Imagine waking up to quiet streets, clean northern air, and waterfront trails just minutes from your home. No overwhelming traffic, no extreme mortgage stress, just space and stability. Elliot Lake may have started as a mining town, but today it represents something much bigger. A realistic, affordable path to homeownership in Ontario, when many thought it was no longer possible. Number 3, Saguenay. If you're open to Quebec, Saguenay might be one of the most underestimated opportunities in Canada right now. Formed by the merger of several smaller cities, Saguenay is a large regional hub with a surprisingly affordable housing market. Property prices here remain significantly lower than in Montreal or Quebec City, and in certain neighborhoods, residential lots are priced within reach for first-time buyers. While it's not technically free land, the affordability combined with municipal incentives aimed at attracting new residents makes it feel incredibly accessible. In a province where big city prices continue to climb, Saguenay offers breathing room. What makes Saguenay particularly interesting is its active effort to grow. The city has invested in economic diversification beyond its traditional aluminum and forestry industries. There are programs supporting entrepreneurs, small manufacturers, and even digital businesses. For young families, the cost of living is lower, childcare is subsidized at the provincial level, and everyday expenses are generally manageable. For remote workers, the combination of modern infrastructure and scenic surroundings creates a powerful balance. You can log into work online while living near fjords, forests, and snow-covered landscapes that feel almost cinematic. Picture building a home where mountains frame the horizon and nature feels like part of your daily routine. The only real consideration here is language. French is dominant. But for those willing to adapt or already bilingual, Saguenay could offer one of the best value-for-money lifestyle upgrades in 2026. Sometimes the biggest opportunities are just outside the obvious markets. Number 2, Trois-Rivières. Perfectly positioned halfway between Montreal and Quebec City, Trois-Rivières offers something many buyers are searching for: strategic location without the overwhelming price tag. While major urban centers in Quebec continue to see rising property values, Trois-Rivières remains comparatively affordable. Residential lots and family homes here often cost dramatically less than in larger cities, making ownership far more realistic for middle-income earners. It's not free land, but when you compare prices side by side, the difference can feel almost shocking. You're close enough to big city opportunities, yet far enough to avoid big city costs. What makes Trois-Rivières especially attractive is its economic stability and entrepreneurial support. So, the city has invested heavily in revitalizing its downtown core and encouraging small businesses through grants and local development programs. Industries like manufacturing, education, healthcare, and technology provide a balanced job market. For entrepreneurs or remote workers, this location offers flexibility. You can operate online while staying connected to major markets just a short drive away. Lower real estate costs mean you can invest more into your business or save aggressively for the future instead of pouring everything into rent or mortgage payments. Imagine owning property near the St. Lawrence River, enjoying waterfront parks, cultural festivals, and a historic city center, without sacrificing affordability. Trois-Rivières quietly combines opportunity, accessibility, and lifestyle. And in 2026, that combination might be one of the smartest real estate moves you can make in Quebec. Number 1. Thetford Mines. At the top of our list is a town that might truly surprise you, Thetford Mines. Once heavily dependent on asbestos mining, this community has spent years rebuilding and redefining its future. And during that transformation, property prices remained remarkably low. Even in 2026, you can find homes and residential lots here at prices that feel almost unheard of in today's market. While it's not officially giving away land, some listings are so affordable that buyers from major cities often do a double take. Compared to the soaring costs in urban Canada, Thetford Mines feels like stepping into a different era of real estate. What makes Thetford Mines stand out isn't just price, it's potential. The town has been actively encouraging new residents and small businesses to move in, offering development support and maintaining low municipal costs. The surrounding region is filled with lakes, rolling hills, and outdoor recreation opportunities that give the area a peaceful, scenic atmosphere. For families, it means affordable space. For retirees, it means stretching savings further. And for remote workers, it means owning property without financial suffocation. Imagine building a life where your housing payment doesn't dominate your income, where nature is part of your daily routine, and where community still feels personal. Thetford Mines may not have the spotlight of a big city, but in terms of affordability and fresh starts, it could be the boldest opportunity on this entire list. So what does all of this really mean for you? Across Canada, from Moose Jaw to Thetford Mines, smaller towns are quietly opening their doors to new residents. They may not be handing over land completely free in every case, but when you compare the prices to major cities, the difference is almost shocking. Lower housing costs, business incentives, tax advantages, and room to grow. These are real opportunities. And in 2026, when affordability feels out of reach for so many people, that matters more than ever. But here's the important part. Cheap doesn't automatically mean perfect. Every town has its own economy, climate, job market, and lifestyle. Some are ideal for remote workers. Others are better suited for tradespeople, entrepreneurs, or retirees. The key is doing your research. Check official municipal websites. Speak to local development offices. Understand building requirements and residency condition before making any big decisions. A low price is exciting, but a smart, informed move is powerful. Now imagine this for a second. Owning land without crushing debt, having space to breathe, and building something that's truly yours. For some of you watching, one of these towns might not just be affordable, and it might be the fresh start you've been waiting for. The opportunity isn't in the headlines. It's in the places most people overlook. Opportunity favors those who move early. And sometimes the smartest move isn't toward the biggest city, it's toward the biggest value.